Dude, where are we here? What is this? Dave Tourje, artist,
That's right,
Pasadena, right? That's
South
all I know.
Pasadena.
A long way from Beverly Hills,
A long
by
way.
the LA freeway.
Right across the Grand Canyon.
14 miles, but 2 hours from Beverly Hills,
Exactly.
and like a world away from the reality I'm used to.
Yeah.
What is it? What's going on over here?
Well, you got the Grand Canyon of downtown LA, so it takes a while to get here, Yeah, it's just, we're actually at the Chenard House. That's the house that I live in.
How long have you lived? How long have you lived in this house?
Since 1998,
When was the house built?
1907.
And Chenard, tell me about Chenard.
Yeah, well, she was, her name was Nelbertina Chenard, founded the Chenard Art Institute, downtown LA.
So you had the silent film industry going on,
Yeah.
and
Women couldn't vote.
right, and she started this art school that ran until when?
1972.
And did she live here the whole time?
She lived here the whole time, yeah. Her dad built the house. So, she was connected with Disney. She taught all of Disney's early animators, and Disney became sort of involved in the school, and then later, it basically morphed into what's known as Cal Arts now. Yeah, she taught drawing, I think, for the first maybe 10 years, and then she her whole thing was eclectic. Just get artists in, no formula really that I
Very free form.
very free form, Being an LA artist, I didn't know there was any of that influence.
Right.
It was like a void, It's like zero culture. That's what I thought LA was about, But finding this really led me into like a whole viewpoint of the fact that LA had an extremely deep culture. It wasn't shallow at all. So I kept going and going, and then I started talking to people who went to the school, and then eventually, me and the co-founder started a nonprofit, and we started getting people involved with it. You know what I mean?
So you now have a foundation, though, isn't it?
Yeah, Chenard Foundation. Most of the West Coast art movements traveled through Chenard. I mean, you had, for instance, Cicados came and taught at Chenard. You have Hans Hofmann teaching painting in 1932. You have Stanton McDonald Wright, part of the whole thing. F. Tolles Chamberlain, Lawrence Murphy. These are people coming out of the turn of the century Paris. If you really look at West Coast art and where it's gone, you have to really give her a lot of credit, because it is an extremely eclectic place now.
You built this, right?
Built this, yeah, that's right.
It's very funky. What is
Yeah.
it? What's it all about here? What were you doing?
Let's see, I went as tall as I could go, because I wanted as much space, but I like being outside, so I wanted to have an open feel.
Right.
So I put this big door opening and these big glass doors on the side, That gives me the vibe that I'm basically outside, which I like. I have sculptures, which are here.
Now these are funky. I mean, I like them. I'll be honest. I'm not just saying that. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
It's just stuff that found stuff, right?
Yeah. I call them accidentals.
Accident, but they're not accidental, are they?
They are in a way. They are and they aren't, right? I mean, basically, the accident is that I'm really never trying to make them. I went 6 months without making one before doing all of these in pretty much one shot. But basically, it's sort of it's an intuitive thing. It just clicks, I just see that this goes together, and this is going to be this way. That's it. It's almost like I'm looking at a bunch of stuff all over the place, and all of a sudden it starts to move into place. And it does that in my mind, and then I assemble it. Then I have to basically put it all together and decide whether I'm going to glue or wire it or however it goes.
And it's
together.
old stuff.
Usually, yeah. I really have never come down to my studio and said, okay, I'm going to make some of this stuff now. Part of the process is that it has to be organic. I've been doing this a long time as just on the side of things, and it's been kind of gaining a little more of a foothold in my practice, but it's still not. I mean, the main thing I do is the paintings, I think.
Let's look at some of your paintings. Yeah. So you're doing a show. It's opening on, I believe, the 18th. Right?
18th,
Beverly
that's right.
Hills at Gregory Way Gallery.
That's right.
In South Beverly Drive in Beverly Hills near Gregory Way.
Yeah.
But this is the lion's share of what you're about. Right?
That's right. I think so.
How
yeah.
long have you been doing this type of work?
I started painting on plastic in, I believe it was about 1985.
Really, that long?
Yeah.
Reverse?
Yeah. Reverse painting.
What did people say when they first saw it? Do you remember? I mean, what was the motivation? What was the trip? What was going on?
You know, my sister is an artist also, and she was painting on mylar, thin. Mm-hmm. And I instantly just said, wow, the saturation and the lack of texture is what I liked. Instantly. And it's all in reverse too, which I have some fascination with. Everything is done backwards. When you're painting on canvas, you're coming forward, and essentially you can paint things out and change things.
Right.
This is different. It's more of a kind of a high wire act in that once I put the image down, it's done, because
you can't alter.
I can't paint over it, man. These drips. Mm-hmm. I did not specifically need or want that to happen. It happened.
You glad they're there?
Yeah, I'm glad they're there. It had to happen. It's just what happened,
Modern art, postmodern art, California art, Dave Tourje.
I'm going to show you a continuation of my work. Mm-hmm. Whatever that means to people is fine,
How about we could leave it Dave Tourje of Evrieni, right?
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
Dave, thank you so much for spending time with me.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Man.
you
Good
got
luck
it,
on the
man.
18th of June. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Okay, good.